Hi, this is Megan from Megan in the Mornings, and I want to tell you about the most best place to get a donut. That's called the Jelly Donuts, located at the corner of 24th and South Van Ness. And they are open from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day of the week. Hey, any type of donut you want, they've got it, and they are so delicious. Don't forget, tell them when you go down there that Megan from Megan in the Morning sent you.
And good morning. How are you doing this morning? This Thursday morning. And back we go. Okay. And why not? You get to see me here in a second. Okay, there we go. And now, good morning. Hey, it's one of those Thursday mornings again. Got a lot of things going on to talk about today. But I want to remind everybody about tomorrow. Tomorrow is really going to be fun because I get to bring in a guest. She'll be joining us live via Zoom. And Pastor Monique has agreed to join us tomorrow morning here on Negative Mornings. And I'm really excited because she is a very dynamic lady. She's not only a pastor of a church, but she works with organizations like Faith in Action, Night Ministries. So she's very involved woman in the community. And I think it's going to be a very interesting and fun interview. So uh, I'm just really excited about that. So we will be having her tomorrow morning here on Megan in the Mornings. Let's get right to it. Let's take a look at some of the news stories that are happening in this area. A brazen car break-in was caught on camera in Oakland. This happened about 22 minutes ago. This story broke, and the video. I've watched the video, and I'm just like really amazed. They're actually, it reminds me of a video that I posted on YouTube, and the guy is stealing bicycles out of my backyard. And the thing, these people, they, they know the cameras are there, but they're still doing it. A man broke into several cars in broad daylight, steps away from uh, a local bank, steps away from a local bank, with a group of people around and got away. This was Wednesday afternoon. Now, Oakland police are asking people for help to identify the suspect. Cameras caught a man hopping out of a dark Lexus sedan on Lakeshore Avenue near downtown Oakland around 12:30 p.m. I find that amazing that they're able to do this. I mean, this guy, at least he did it at night. But I mean, the fact is that the information's there, the pictures are there, and we cannot. I mean, I'm looking at this picture of the video, and yes, I know he has his back to him, and it's a little bit harder. This guy that stole the bikes in the backyard, he actually looked at the camera. One of the people that stole bicycles from me, I know who she is, and I gave the police the information. Still no arrest. So I mean, something's got to be done. They're getting brave. They're getting away with it, and yet they're doing things to people that, you know, I just I just don't understand. And I wish somebody would really, somebody that has the answers to this. I would like to hear from somebody from the police department um, that could explain why these people are able to do this, get away with it, and nothing's done. There's a story 2 hours ago in the Bay Area of a head-on crash, uh, injures one, kills one, and injures three in Petaluma. That was 2 hours ago. It is, and the story is in Petaluma. A head-on collision involving three vehicles killed one person and injured three others Wednesday afternoon east of Petaluma. The California Highway Patrol reports the officers responded to a 4:39 p.m. report of a major injury collision on Adobe Road, west of Stage Gulch Road, also known as State Route 116. The initial investigation determined that two vehicles were traveling eastbound a Chevrolet Colorado, driven by 78-year-old Arnold Reilly of Sonoma, and a Chevrolet Silverado driven by 51-year-old Israel Montanez. I think it's Martinez, Rodriguez of Napa. And Hit was traveling westbound. The Chevrolet Volt, driven by a man accompanied by one female passenger. The investigation has not yet determined why, but the officer said the Colorado collided with the rear end of the Silverado, which then traveled across the double yellow lines into the westbound lane and collided with the Volt. The passenger of the Volt died of her injuries. CHP has not yet released her name or the name of the Volt driver, pending notification next to kin. The Volt driver and Rodriguez were airlifted to Santa Rosa Memorial Hospital with major injuries. Relay was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Anyone with information regarding this crash are asked to call the Santa Rosa CHP office at 707 588 1400. You know, anytime that there's a collision, it is sad, but when they don't have the information, it it makes it bad. Anyway, that is that. Let's take a look at something a little bit brighter today. I kind of laugh because I get my weather reports from the Weather Channel, and it says San Francisco weather uh, in San Francisco is 54 degrees, fair, 4% chance of rain through 8 a.m. Okay, that's their story and they're sticking to it. It is a small cap advisory today. It's 57 degrees right now, and the afternoon high is going to be 65, and overnight is going to be 56. So the high was or the low was this morning at 54 degrees. And there's a few interesting stories that uh, it said that the forecast, the hurricane season, won't be a repeat of last year. I gotta figure that one out because I really didn't pay a lot of attention to the hurricanes because you know wasn't here. But okay, hold on. Okay, meteorologist Douglas Davis explains that the forecast was adjusted, and let's take a look at that. I'll have to get more on that one later because that was interesting. Uh, I don't know what the hurricane forecast was. I know that we didn't have as many as we've had the year before, but we had some. We had some. I do know that. So that's neither here nor there. Now to the one thing that everybody dreads. Hey guys, traffic is getting back to pre-pandemic levels. That report was informed to us by 511, the San Francisco Bay Area traffic people. They said that the levels of traffic, you know, the congestion and the standstills are basically what they were before the pandemic. And I can believe that because people now are getting back out. Uh, you know, I am still trying to find clarification whether we're shelter in place, but I haven't got that yet. As soon as I find out about that, I will let everybody know. But right now, you can see on the roadways. Um, let's take a look. Bridge work at 580. It's still there and it's still causing problems in traffic. The road work on California 1 northbound between Terraville Street, San Francisco, and Fulton Street. The lane's closed until 5 p.m. today, so it's going to be a mess. The southbound work from Fulton to San Francisco, it also has closed a lane till 5 p.m. this evening. Road work on California 12 westbound from Madrone Road in Glen Allen, right lane and shoulder closed until 5 p.m. today. And traffic collision and
traffic hazard on 580 eastbound at Pagoda Boulevard, Hayward. The right lane and shoulder are blocked. Expect delays. That's from CHP. High winds on 580 eastbound and westbound between Vasco Road, Livermore, and Grant Avenue in Union Incorporated. Lanes affected. Travel advisory in effect. CHP's let us know about that one. Traffic collision on California 17 northbound east of Hamilton in Campbell. Lane affected. Expect delays. And let's see what else there is. And of course, California 29 southbound ramp to I 80 in Vallejo. Connector ramp is closed. Expect delays. That will be closed until Friday, July. That says July 9th. I think that was a misprint. Uh, oh, it's been closed from since July 9th. So they're telling you to expect delays. I 80 bridge work and long term construction on I 80 westbound. Entering at Sonoma Boulevard, Vallejo. The on ramp closed until midnight Friday. And so if you got to get around there. Let's see. And let's see the. Let's take a look at the transit alerts. All righty. Uh, there's been changes to the Early Bird Express. The AC Transit reports a University Avenue stop closure. And the Telegraph at 49th stop closed. The BART is limited to late night service from San Francisco starting 7:15, and that service is increased in effect. Let's take a look at BART extends service to Oakland A's night games. And let's see what Muni's got to report. San Francisco. And Muni isn't really reporting any delays or any problems this morning. Uh, AC Transit has a few delays, but nothing that's going to affect you coming into the city. So if you're taking transit, looks pretty good. Looks like just need to take the normal morning extra time. And let's see if there's anything in the traffic cams or the. We're taking a look at it. Okay, and the Carpool Express, the Bay Area Carpool program is up and running. If you want to get involved with that, contact 511. They will give you the information. The park and ride lots are open, and there's the casual carpools and the carpools are all open. Like I said, that's what's going on around here. Um, like I said, it looks like a beautiful day. It looks like it's going to be a day that you can get out and enjoy. And it looks like it's going to be mostly sunny this morning. I'm looking out the studio window and I see sunshine. So anytime I see sunshine, that is a plus. So, well, I want to thank everybody for joining. And I want to recap of something that happened earlier this week. I was talking about a situation and I played a song. I was not, and I do apologize to SME, I was not trying to infringe on any rights. And I have set a uh, dispute. Sometimes I use songs to explain what I'm trying to get, the point I'm trying to get across. And sometimes there's songs that are on YouTube, and I will pick them and play them back. Um, I am in the process of finding out, getting the more of a clarification of the laws on that because you can use them for hymns and things like that, but yet we're not allowed to use them as an explanation. Going to find out about that. Also, I have since I've been on the air have been a little bit. Well, no, not a little bit. I've been a lot hard.
on Mayor Breed. It's I get emails every day saying, "Why do you hate Mayor Breed?" I want to clarify something. I don't know the woman well enough to hate her, and it takes a lot to get me to hate somebody. But I don't have to like what she does and what the decisions that she makes and some of the policies that she tells the examiner. You know, it's not actually what's happening. And because of that, I point that out. I'm not, like I said, I don't hate London Breed. I don't know her well enough. She might be a very, very nice person, but as a mayor, I think she could do a better job. And for that reason, like I said, I don't say what I say to, bash her or put her down. I'm just trying to, you know, let her know that okay, you say you've got this program, you say that you're going to do this with these people, and it doesn't happen. And that's what I'm trying to point out. It's not a matter of I hate her. I just don't like her policies and procedures. I don't like her saying she's going to do something, and when you call different departments out of her office and there's nothing, it leads me to believe that she is just trying to say something that isn't going to happen. So please, anybody that thinks I hate her, don't. Be rest assured, I do not hate the mayor. I just don't like some of her policies. I mean, I am a God fearing woman, and I am a firm believer that we shouldn't hate. And for me to hate somebody would go against everything that I broadcast in these streams. With that being said, we do have a problem. We have a very serious problem with housing, with healthcare, with education. I mean, these are problems that are directly dealt with out of the mayor's office. When these budgets come out and say, well, I'm going to put this much. Governor Newsom just came out with a $12 billion budget. And, okay, my guard dog's out there barking. Just came out with a $12 billion budget. And I see these agencies here in the city that get money to deal with these problems. And I don't see it hitting or solving the problems. But yet, you go to these agencies and you talk to them, and well, our budget doesn't. Look, if you've got that kind of money and your budget doesn't allow for it, somebody's putting the money somewheres. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out, okay, if it doesn't hit the streets, but it comes into your organization, that money's going to where it doesn't need to go. And so being an executive director of a nonprofit, and being the fact that I know that if I took 90% of the money that came in, I could be living very comfortably. But that's not the case because we have programs that have to be dealt with. We have programs that we deal with on a regular basis. And per capita, if you look at what we spend into our programs and what comes in compared to the big guys, you know, I'm not saying that when we spend the same amount that they're spending with less budget, there's a problem. Somebody's getting that money. If it's not in the street, it's going somewhere. And this is a time for us to call into action. Hey, an accountability. I'm not going to mention the names of the organizations. Uh, they will get mentioned throughout because, like I said, I do plan on having people from Faith in Action, uh, from Night Ministries, and even there's going to be a couple questions asked to Pastor Monique tomorrow. Of why can this happen? How is there a plan that we can go through and something that we can do to stop this from happening? That'll be tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow I want you to meet the person that I'm talking about. Uh, I can't explain. I can't say enough the honor that's going to be to have her. The fact that she has agreed to come over to this live stream and be with us. I thank her for it because, like I said, to me, it's people like that make a difference. They may not feel like they do, but they do make a difference. They make a difference every life they touch. And like I said, this woman is a very busy woman, very busy. When she's here on Sunday, she gets done with church. She goes to Open Cathedral down at the Civic Center. Then tonight she's coming in and she's going to do Open Cathedral in the Mission. These are reaching people that need to be reached, and this woman takes this very seriously. Like I said, my hat is off to her. I respect her. I love her. I mean, she is a woman that like I said, I wish we had more people like her. I really do. And her husband, uh, he is just as awesome. I mean, the two of them together, put awesome on the map because I really think that if you look in the dictionary and you saw awesome, their pictures will be beside it. But like I said, I'm kind of prejudiced because I work with them here at the church. I am the tech person for the church. And so I broadcast our Sunday services. And, you know, I just love the way that she presents uh, material. I love the way that she cares about each and every person. I have yet to, in 5 years that I've known her, 6 years, I have yet heard her say, I'll get back to you. I'm too busy. I can't deal with this right now. I mean, I have seen that woman drop everything she's got going on to help somebody. So, like I said, it's a real honor. It's a real treat that she agreed to come visit us tomorrow. And like I said, I'm hoping that maybe she'll share a little bit of her background because it is very interesting. And to know that everything that she's done and everything she's become throughout with the obstacles that she faced. I just like I said, her story is just phenomenal, and I'm really really excited that she did agree to do the interview with us tomorrow. So tomorrow, if you're not doing anything, please join us tomorrow. It's Monique Ortiz. She is the pastor of the St. Mary and Martha Lutheran Church in the Mission. And like I said, yeah, everything always revolves with me. It revolves around the mission because I live at the mission, and I just love the mission. I mean, the last time I was here, I was 19 years old, and I lived in Daly City. But I worked in Diamond Heights, and every weekend, at least some part of that weekend, I spent in the Mission District because of the people there and the way things are. We didn't have a lot of the problems we have, but even with the problems, the Mission District still has my heart. But neither here nor there, somebody else that has my heart is our sponsors to our program. And let's hear from them now. And we're going to hear from the Jelly Donut first, and then we're going to hear from Open Heart. Uh, the Jelly Donut, I haven't been able to be there all week. I can't wait to get back. But I rest assured, I'm going to go back and get my Jelly Donut.
Hi, this is Megan from Megan in the Mornings, and I want to tell you about the best place to get a donut. That's called the Jelly Donut. It's located at the corner of 24th and South Van Ness, and they are open from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day of the week. Hey, any type of donut you want, they've got it, and they are so delicious. Don't forget, tell them when you go down there that Megan from Megan in the Morning sent you. Hi, this is Megan from Megan in the Mornings, and I want to tell you about the best place to get a donut. That's called the Jelly Donut. It's located at the corner of 24th and South Van Ness, and they are open from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day of the week. Hey, any type of donut you want, they've got it, and they are so delicious. Don't forget, tell them when you go down there that Megan from Megan in the Morning sent you.
And I'm upside down. Well, cool. I am still trying to get this board figured out, and I will someday. But right now, I don't know what is going on, why I am upside down. So let's figure this out, and we will be right back after these words.
Hi, this is Megan from Megan in the Mornings, and I want to tell you about the most best place to get a donut. That's called the Jelly Donuts, located at the corner of 24th and South Van Ness, and they are open from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day of the week. Hey, any type of donut you want, they've got it, and they are so delicious. Don't forget, tell them when you go down there that Megan from Megan in the Morning sent you.
All righty, here we are again, back. Uh, I don't know why my program is doing what it's doing this morning. It's being very difficult. It doesn't want to air the commercials, but it's not going to win. I'm going to win somehow. Okay, anyway, hey, it's a pleasure to have you here in the morning. And like I said, I know that our programming has not been what I would like it to be, but that is live stream. Excuse me. Oh, Lord have mercy. It's not what I'd like it to be, but hey, this is live stream, and until I get all the bugs worked out with OBS, we will tend to have problems. One thing I want to talk about this morning is, we talked a little bit about it yesterday. We talked about, standing together, community, and, basically, I'm a firm believer that if we put as much effort into uniting together, working together, uh, I think that we'd be a lot better off. I have said this in the past, I'll say it again. You know, we, at one time, we basically, were a people that everybody wanted to be a part of. And lately, it seems like, we have become more, oh, I guess for lack of better words, we have become more greedy. Uh, you know, our human contact has dropped, and people say, well, it's because of the pandemic, and we had to, uh, shelter in place, and we weren't supposed to be within 6 feet. I hate to break it to you, but before the pandemic, we had this problem. Before the pandemic, we were so worried about what we wanted that we didn't care about our neighbors. Um, you know, one of the things that I bring up on a regular basis is you can go and take a picture, video of somebody camped out on your street, and you can send it to 311. And I think when we started that program, it might have been, well, no, I can't even think of a good reason why we would sit there and promote somebody to point out somebody that's in need instead of helping them. If you ever thought for 1 second that that video you sent in was going to help that person on the street, you're sadly mistaken. In fact, the real truth of the matter is you were aiding and helping put that person in more stress, that person in more, lack of better words, you put that person in harm's way. Harm's way of, you know, they say, well, they're crazy out there. They're doing this. Yeah, understand something. These people that are on the streets, they're already under a tremendous amount of stress. And let's face it, there are a lot more older people out there than there used to be. And there's two diseases that are brought on, escalated, and get worse with stress. One being Alzheimer's and the other one being dementia. And so you've got these people that are dealing with this, and we cause them stress. So, I guess what I'm trying to point out is to the people that send these videos in, if you're doing it to be mean, if you're doing it because you think you're better than them, you're not. You're not better than them. You are being mean. You are being you're not only being mean, but you're adding fuel to fire of hatred, racism. Uh, I mean, let's face it, race doesn't really just affect people's skin color. It affects the person that has no quality of life to the person that has quality of life. And because you live in a home, because you have everything you want, doesn't make you better than that person on the street. It just means that you are, I'm going to say, lucky because anything can happen to take you from where you are to the streets. Anything, whether it be illness, whether it be an accident, whether there's so many things. And until our housed and our unhoused can actually coincide together, it's going to do nothing but get worse. And, you know, I know that I'm probably fixing to upset a lot of people because, let's face it, there are people that I have run across that have said that nasty person doesn't need to be on my street. That nasty, you know, actually, to be real honest with you, you're right. That person doesn't need to be out there. But until we have our programs, until this money that we dump into the city is used where it's supposed to, you're going to have that. So the next time you want to take a picture of that person out on your street that's homeless, why don't you go talk to your local agency that is supposed to deal with homelessness? Why don't you go talk to the people that are receiving this money to help solve this problem? Go talk to them and find out why the money that they receive doesn't go to help. Because if I would say if 60% of that money that goes to these agencies was actually used for what it was designed for, that person on your street might not be there. Now, I'm not saying 100% of the people that are on the streets you know, are people that want to be housed, but I'm going to say a good 80% are. And the ones that don't want to be, yes, we do need to do something with those. Uh, the better mental health facilities. If a person just wants to be homeless, that's fine. Let them be homeless somewhere else. Let's start getting rid of the people that don't want to make a difference in their life. Yeah, let's get rid of them. But the people that want a difference, let's help them. Let's help the people that want to get off the streets and into a housing. Get it. Let's open them. You know, there are housing units for seniors that are empty. Empty. Nobody in them. And these senior citizens that are on the streets want, they do anything to get into them, but they can't because of red tape, because of double talk, because, you know, whatever the reason being. And I personally know of an agency that has been contacted about a senior citizen. And yet, to this date, and this has been going on for 6 weeks, 6 weeks, the person still doesn't have a house. And the person that is from this organization is to the point where she don't even read the email she gets anymore. And I think that's wrong. I mean, let's face it. If you are in an agency that deals with homelessness and you're not doing anything, you need a new job. Maybe you need to lose your job. Maybe you need to be to the point where you don't have an income and you're looking to look for a place to live. Because let's face it, you young people today, you are our future. But if you want to look down your nose and point your fingers at people, remember one thing. Every time you point a finger, at somebody, there's four more pointing back at you. Don't think for 1 second that you are immune. Don't think for 1 second that, this could never happen to you. I hate to break it to you, but if we ever had to go back into a pandemic, the people that survived this one, I don't think you'll survive this next one. So remember one thing when you point your finger, when you say that person is not worthy, that person isn't, you know, that, they're just above, they're out there because of drugs and alcohol. That's not the case. Yeah, there's some out there because of it. There's some out there that are on drugs and alcohol because nobody would help them. And they didn't know where else to turn to. And they started self medicating themselves. Yes, and now they're to the point where they need help. Fine, give them the help. Don't be a part of the problem, be a part of the solution. And I preach this each and every day. But you know what's really sad? What's really even more sad than that? You know, I'm not coming down on the educators as a whole, but I am coming down on educators because, you know, you guys are responsible for solving and shaping the lives of our young people. And I know teachers out there that do everything in the book to help. And they're good teachers. But we're losing more and more of those good teachers because they can't afford to live in the city. They're moving out because they can't afford to be here. Come on, school district. Let's face it, superintendents, you guys are responsible. You know, Board of Education, you guys are responsible. Quit worrying about your pocket and let's get some money in here to get some good teachers. Because the teachers we lose to retirement, the teachers we lose to moving, those teachers make a difference. We can have any teacher out here that graduates from college, goes into a classroom, and says, okay, I'm just going to teach arithmetic, reading, writing. Yeah, that's fine. But when we're lower, we're one of the richest cities in the world, and our education standards should be up to that. We should be number one in education, number one in healthcare, number one in everything we do. And yet we're number one in only one thing. And that's a negative. Let's get our education back. Let's get our healthcare back. And to you people that are running for governor, hey, can't wait to see you guys run. If you guys would like to join me on this live stream, I'd be more than happy to have you. I mean, we're throwing Governor Newsom under the bus. Okay, fine. But a lot of what Governor Newsom did has helped people. So, in other words, it's telling everything's telling me, okay, Governor Newsom didn't do this. Governor Newsom did a lot more than anybody else has. Look what Governor Newsom did during the pandemic. He opened hotel rooms for the homeless. If it wasn't for him doing that, guess what? San Francisco, we'd be in a lot worse trouble than we were. We'd have had a lot more cases of the pandemic, of the virus, because we'd have had people out on the streets exposed. But the hotels, and like I said, Mayor Breed, don't, I hope you don't jump on the bandwagon and take credit for what happened in the city with hotel rooms because you didn't fill them all. You did not do your job to fill those hotel rooms. We both know this. Does the general public? No. They see, oh, look, she did this, she did that. Face it, 30% of the rooms that were available during the pandemic were empty. They were empty. And they were empty because of the mayor's office. Let's call it apple and apple and orange and orange. And Mayor Breed, I have said this time and time again. I invite you to be a guest here. I invite you to come via Zoom, come to the studio, whatever. I'll even come to you. But the point is,
I would love to hear why the numbers were the way they were. I'd like to know. We're closing these SIP hotels. The idea was to get these SIP hotels going during the pandemic, and then when the pandemic was over, giving them a place to go. You tell people that, okay, it's illegal for you to evict somebody and just throw them out on the street. And if a person did that, as a property owner, did that, they could possibly be fined and they could have to pay the tenant money. But yet the city says, oh, wait a minute. Okay, we're going to put you in this hotel. We're going to kick you out. And there's nothing you can do about it. And you're going to sign this paper. And these people did. They signed that paper. And now the SIP hotels are closing. They don't have a place for them to go. So it's only going to put them right back out on the street. So you people that are out there taking those video cameras and those, using your cell phone to record the homeless, why don't you, instead of calling 311, call your supervisor? Hillary Rodham will take the calls in a second because it'll give her ammunition to go to the mayor's office and say, wait a minute, you said you were going to do this. Why am I getting this video? Hillary Rodham's staff, my hat's off to them. Uh, you know, I have personally given, been involved with contacts with them when people were, they were addressed with a situation of a person that was needing housing, and when her staff is lied to by the people that are supposed to be able to help, I am like really distraught. I'm distraught because these are agencies out of the mayor's office. These are agencies that Mayor Breed, you are responsible for. You're the one that is saying this program is available, but yet your people are saying it's not. So if you are doing this and these people aren't doing their job, get rid of them because they're making you look bad. But if you are a part of that problem, fix it. Because guess what? You want to be reelected. But how's it going to look when people can produce proof that you didn't do what you were supposed to as a mayor? And there's more and more people out there that are getting upset. So, like I said, Mayor Breed, I have given you a break for about a week, but sorry, the spotlight's back on you. Because until people that are actually seeking housing, people that want to get off the streets, and these people that are in these hotels that do not want to go back out on the streets, they're in these hotels for a reason. Get your people in line. Get them to do their job. And get them to quit saying, oh, there's nothing available when you've got buildings with vacancies, buildings that can house these people. You've got money given to the city to buy these hotels that are going to be belly up because, let's face it, they've been down for 2 years. They haven't been able to make the money they've made for 2 years. And let's face it, the city didn't give them everything they needed. These are buildings that are going to be up and available for sale. We have the money in the city to buy them, to give permanent housing to people. Why are we not doing it? Why is it when we contact people in offices of your office that deal with homelessness, why are we told these are not available? Got a senior that is looking for housing that is above 65, limited income, would give anything to have housing, but yet is told no. And there are 5 properties in this city with at least 5 or more vacancies. That's one person. We're talking a lot of vacancies, but yet nothing. So, Mayor Breed, you know, if you don't know what's going on, get to know, get aware, be knowledgeable. And if there's somebody that's watching from the mayor's office, and you're not telling her what is being said here, you're just as guilty. Shame on you because you are creating a problem. Because here's the deal: the minute we stick together, the minute we stand together as a city, the minute we're going to be stronger. When we start looking out for each other, we're going to be better. But just because we're rich and they're poor, all you're doing is a divide. All you're doing is causing a friction. Now, I know there's people out there with that are well off, and they're going, "This lady has no idea what she's talking about." Let me explain to you something. Don't for 1 second think that I don't research, that I don't look into, that I don't study about what I talk about, because I do. And if you want numbers, if you want statistics, and if I have to name the agencies, I'd be more than happy to. But when I do, and I start proving everything, some people's heads are going to turn. And I'm going to have a few people that are going to be mad. They're going to come after me like white on rice. And you know what? If that's what it takes to get things done, I'll do it. So if you're in an agency and you're not doing what you're supposed to, this is a chance for you to make a difference. Because I'm basically just saying, hey, let's go to action, let's go to work. But if you want me to prove, if you want me to name names and prove things, hey, that's what I started this live stream for, was to do nothing more than that, to educate people of what's really going on. Because right now people read in the newspaper, but they haven't tried to place a homeless person. They haven't gone out there and tried to make a difference. I have. I have personally been involved. And, you know, oh, my guard dog has found a playmate. But anyway, it is almost time for us to call it a day. This time seems so short. You know, first it's an hour seems like it's forever, but actually this hour goes by pretty fast. So don't forget tomorrow, Pastor Monique is going to be with us via Zoom. And like I said, I can't say enough about this woman, and maybe even have her husband on as well. But like I said, this couple, I mean, I see the work that they do. Uh, I mean, she puts a 36-hour day and a 24-hour day. I mean, she has to, because I mean, this woman is busy all the time. But like I said, you know, I am prejudiced because I personally know her and love her to death and think she's the best thing since peanut butter. She's definitely by far one of the better pastors that I know and the more honest. She, I mean, when she says something, she believes it. And like I said, we need more people like that. I'm hoping that tomorrow's interview, if nothing else, will wake you up and say, if she can do it, so can I. You know, I mean, that's all that I'm trying to do with this live stream, is to get people aware of what our problem is and aware that there is a solution. Let's face it, if an organization can take and cut homelessness by 40 and 60% in 2 and 4 years, why can't we do it here? You want the answer to that? Because we don't care. Because people are making money off of homelessness, off of poor education, off of poor health care. When we get those people to put people over profit, we're going to be a better place. So, with that being said, I want to say thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me into your home, because you didn't need to. And I want to welcome the people from YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live, and the people from Zoom that uh, have been sending me email. I want to see it in Zoom. We are going to be adding Zoom. Right now, the only ability that I have is for an interview. But once we get that changed, we will be streaming. It has to go out as an invite, but it will be available on Zoom. And like I said, if you know somebody that can make a difference and they're not, challenge them. And I've got a challenge going out to each and everybody that's listening today. I challenge you to take one person and be able to get to know that person and be able to, I mean, just make yourself known to each other, learn them, get to know them, let them get to know you. One person. And I guarantee you, if we do that, you're going to see a change. It won't happen tomorrow. It won't happen tonight. Will it happen in a week? It'll start. But the change that we will make, I guarantee you within a month, is going to make a difference. Because, like I said, nothing more than going out on your walk today, and I know each and every one of you that's watching will run into a homeless person. I'm not asking you to take that person into your home. I'm not even asking you to do anything but smile. Put a smile to them. Give them a smile. Give them a hello. And I guarantee you, and I don't know if any homeless people are watching this today, but if you are, I want to challenge you to give a smile, to say hello. The minute we can bridge that gap, you're going to find things are going to happen. Things are going to change for the better. And I'm going to challenge you in the law enforcement agencies, the police, sheriff's department. Guys, you have a job to do. Let's start getting after the criminals and not the people that are underprivileged. You know, the next time you go to a homeless encampment with DPW and you sit there and you watch DPW take everything they own, ask yourself, what would you do if that was you? Come on, guys. You work under a chief that's phenomenal. And by the way, Chief Scott, I do want to have you as a guest. I think the world of you. And I would like to hear your take on this. But you men and women of the San Francisco Police Department, if you're any of you are watching, hey, we've got crimes out there. You've got all the tools you need to solve them. I know of 3 crimes right now that the arrest should have been made months ago, but haven't. Do your job. Before you go out and mess with that homeless person, why don't you get that person that stole that electric bike or that person that went into Saks Fifth Avenue and carried out armfuls of stuff? Why don't you go after the criminal before you mess with the homeless? Hey, it's been a pleasure to be here today. Like I said, I know today I've stepped on a lot of toes. I would like to say I'm sorry, but all I can say is look out because I'm going to step on a few more. And if things don't change with the people that are responsible for change, guess what? Names and proof are going to start coming out. And if you're running for mayor, I want to hear from you. I would like to have you as a guest. And Mayor Breed, the offer stands. I will come to you. You can come to me. We can do it through Zoom. I'd like you to be a guest here because I want to hear from you personally why things are going the way they are. Hey, y'all have a blessed day. Be safe. Love one another. And like I said, I just can't say enough about, hey, it's great to be here. It's great that you are watching. And I know people are watching because I hear the complaints. So uh, I appreciate that. But most of all, be blessed. Give a smile. Give a hug. You know, reach out to our brothers and sisters, whether they be housed or unhoused. If nothing else, reach out to the people you work with. Reach out to the people you you know in your apartment building. I mean, the money that they pay for that rent can't make them too bad. Smile at each other. Love one another. And you'll find out we're going to be a better place. Hey, it's been a pleasure to be here. Thanks for watching. This is Megan from Megan in the Mornings. And Have a blessed day. And like I said, can't wait to see you tomorrow. Don't forget, Pastor Monique will be here with us. I think you're all going to enjoy that. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.